Hi gorgeous being, and welcome to this week's masculine, feminine, unconditional love reading. There's a lot of light, but I like it, so we're just going to work with it. A lot of very high transformative energy moving through us at the moment, and I think that a lot of people are experiencing that. I had the most incredible experience with the webinars. I want to thank every single person that was there and shared and was generous and loving for those energy baths. And I wanted to share with everybody the power and importance of joining together with people in love. Even just, you know, the whole point of another individual is that we see ourselves, we see love, we find love. And or the truth of our being. I truly believe that love is the truth of our being. And when we join with another in that truth, we become so infinitely powerful. Love moving through just one is infinitely powerful. When it then joins and is, met and meets another, it becomes exponentially more powerful. And then when we meet in groups in that love, we literally shift energetic frequencies that have a major impact on consciousness. And it sounds grandiose, it sounds big, but I'm telling you, it's true. When you start to become sensitive to what's happening on a grand scale, outside of just your narrative, you can feel these things. And it's just so powerful. What I learned more than anything in our direct experience is that when we choose to be in this energy and frequency and power of love, and we join together in that, it's unbelievably powerful. It's the highest, best work we can do. And a lot of things happen. It's challenging. It's growth. It's expansion, because we're so much greater than we oftentimes allow ourselves to be. And so, just a little thing there. Right, let's get these cards out. May not be able to see them, which is probably not great, but it feels good, so I'm going with it. Going for that one. Bottom of the deck is the Six of Swords. Okay, yep, so bottom of the deck is the Six of Swords. I did just have to shift that light, because if we can't see them at all, that's no good. Interesting. Again, the same kind of narrative. I do feel like this is kind of representative of the masculine and the feminine and what's kind of happening right now. There's still this energy going on whereby the feminine, it's for both, but in this card, thought, logic, thinking our thoughts, and its logic is only going to cloud our perspective and not give us clarity. There's no clarity, especially for the feminine, in thought and logic right now. And it's going to feel as though life, or the masculine, quote unquote, is moving in a way that she is not able to understand. And if she tries to work it out, it's just going to block her view of the beautiful horizon and the calm, peaceful, stunning vista that is available to her. If we need to meditate to find that space, it could be incredibly useful this week to not get weighed down by our thoughts, to be able to just see them. Oh, that's a thought that I'm having about that. But it's kind of, you know, one sword is clarity, 6 swords is confusion in this instance. And it's not going to do her any favors to try to work anything out with her mind, with her thinking. The thoughts aren't going to align. There's a secondary message in here somewhere that I'm just wanting to find. It is that there's message for the masculine. It's to also understand that the same thing is happening for the masculine. He's just taking this action, but he doesn't really know why. He's got a kind of like a wand. It's a bit like the wands. It's active, physically active, the position that he's in. So he's taking this action and he's kind of doing the driving or the guiding and creating the movement. But at the same time, he's in the same boat. He doesn't see either. He doesn't know. He's not in a logical place. And what's kind of interesting is that in this picture, the swords are in the boat and they're both in the boat. So it is for both. But it is that the feminine seems to be much more entrenched in it and the masculine has a little bit more leeway and can see a bit more. And he kind of needs to, because he's the one kind of doing the guiding. But it is this understanding that we are always being moved to a certain extent. Life is supporting us, looking after us, guiding us. Even when we think we know what we're doing, we might have a thought, oh, I want to do this and therefore, you know, I should take this action. It doesn't always work out like that. And when we surrender to what one might call divine will or divine timing, we very much more experience ourselves as vessels for what's moving through us. And if we want to live a life of love, it's a huge ask in terms of faith and allowing life to move us, and also knowing that it's happening to others too. Even if they think they know what they're doing or they're having an idea, something much more complex is always at play. And so it's kind of forgiving others some of the action that they take. It's not about allowing people to behave in a way that is unacceptable and painful to us in the moment. It's not about that. It's about ensuring we are in safety, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually. We feel able to find our own safety within those things. So it's not about allowing people, you know, in a way it is about allowing people to do whatever they wish, but removing ourselves from places that don't feel great, you know, and not necessarily judging people in their actions, just saying, this isn't working out for me right now, so I'm going to go somewhere else. But, you know, what happens when we don't judge others in their behavior? When we allow their behavior, we see it, but there's a difference between saying something is not for us and judging something as wrong. There's a difference. It's a subtle difference, but there's a difference. So I like to use the analogy of you go into a store and you're buying a shirt. There's a green one and a red one. You choose the green one. Not because the red one is wrong, but because you don't want the red one. And really that's all it's about. Does this work for me in the moment or not? And actually, it's not about judging the other person as anything. And so that's just the message that came through for that Six of Swords. On we go to the rest.
Hi guys, so this week there is a huge amount of change and a big awakening is happening for everybody. There's a lot of back and forth energies. It's a bit of a roller coaster, but this reading shows us how and where we can meet each other, masculine and feminine, in all these up and down energies without getting into conflict and blame. So it's a very, very powerful reading. Also, just a heads up, there's been an increase in the price this week because that felt best to me. So just to give you a heads up on that, I still believe it's incredible value and will always strive to give you incredible value. But it's always up to you. It's up to you to decide what you want to invest in and what you think is valuable to you. So an incredible amount of love and support for you and from you I always receive, and I love that. I love this work. Thank you for being here. See you soon.